What's up, people? I'm George, and this is the Collecting News, the show where I bring you my top picks for this week in collecting. And we are at episode 69, baby. Episode 69. Woo! I hope it's been as good for you as it's been for me.
Woo!
Do you smoke after sex?
I don't know, baby. I never looked.
All right. All right, so before we get into this, just one final reminder, we are days away from picking the 7,000 subscriber giveaway winners. There are going to be 2 winners. I'm going to leave a card right up here right now so that you guys can get to that video. If you guys want to participate, just go check it out. All the instructions are right there. We're giving away a Kotobukiya Thor statue from a good friend, Junior Statue Collector. And we're also giving away an Iron Studios Hulkbuster from our friends at Collector Zone. So definitely participate. I hope one of you guys win. Obviously, one of you guys are going to win. So, definitely check that out. We're going to be announcing the winners on that Geek Show Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So tune into that show to see if you won. All right? So enough foreplay. Let's get into this.
Welcome to Midnight Q. Tonight we're going to enjoy the smooth jazz of Charles Mingus. Norman Mailer is here to read an excerpt from his latest book. And then we also have a girl from Omaha who's hiding a banana. We'll find out where. Giggity giggity, giggity goo.
All right, so let's get into this. So first up on the list is DC Collectibles, and they brought us the Engines of Chaos Batman limited edition statue. Now, this is more of a diorama than a statue to me, as you see Batman there in the scene on the motorcycle, and he's holding on to what looks like a Joker bot, lots of dirt and smoke being thrown up into the air. And now, when I first saw this piece, I was introduced to it as the renders, and I thought that the renders were so much better than the final product. I mean, it still looks really dope in my opinion, but the renders were really cool. So it has a lot of cool action in it, like I stated before. I love the colors. It's very vibrant, and it looks like a real fun piece. It's based on art by Riley Rossmo. Now, what I liked about the renders, which made it really cool for me, was that it had this like tire base, and it was round, and it looked like the tires of the motorcycle, which I thought was a real cool addition to it. And then it had more robots in it, and lots of smoke and plume blowing up from the back of the motorcycle. It just looked much more action-packed than what the final result came to be. Now, I imagine that the reason why that they didn't include all that is because they wanted to bring the price down. This one's $194, so it falls right into the whole collecting on a budget thing. But it's, really neat, 6.8 inches tall. So it's not a very tall statue. I imagine that this is a little wider than it is tall because of the motorcycle. They don't have a scaling to it, so I can't really tell you exactly what the scale is. But it does look very neat. I do like the way that the motorcycle looks. It has this whole, futuristic appearance to it. It's not like your usual Batman bike that I'm used to seeing. I'm not really familiar with the comic to be able to see if this is entirely accurate with what the comic is. I imagine it is. It's DC Collectibles. If they didn't get it accurate, then, who will? Limited edition of 5,000 pieces only for this size. So, not too bad. And again, it's $194. It's going to be released in November of 2019. So if you guys are interested in getting this, you can find it at Big Bad Toy Store. It looks like the original MSRP on this one was $224, so they have it on sale right now. You can save 13% on the piece. So if you're getting it, let me know in the comments. All right, so next up is Sideshow Collectibles with the Juggernaut. All right, so this one to me is pretty funny. At least the reaction from the crowd was really funny for me. It's because when this thing was first previewed, we had the Juggernaut like in all shadow, and people just went bananas for it. It was like everybody got to have the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut's never been made before. Juggernaut, Juggernaut, Juggernaut. It's all I could hear everywhere, right? Then, Sideshow gave us a boot to show off. Like that was really going to give anything. But, people still went bananas just for looking at a boot. It wasn't even fully painted at that point. And then, Rad Titan released the full, preview renders of it. And again, people went bananas. They got to have the Juggernaut. Then the full release of the preview came out yesterday. And the price came out. And people were all like, damn! What? Fool this man! No! And with good reason. $1,390 for this statue, people. $1,390. Now, I've said it here before. I'm going to say it again for you guys who are tuning in for the first time. If Sideshow ever puts the words Maquette in their statue, just translate that to money. They're going to charge you some money for that statue. Just telling you right now. All right? So, this is still a pretty dope statue. He's in line with all of the other X-Men that they're coming out with. He's 27 inches tall. So you just want to have this little marinate, let this marinate in your head just a few minutes here. This thing is $1,390, right? The Harley Quinn 1/3 scale statue is $1,349 for their exclusive, which is only limited to 500 pieces and comes with a ton of switch outs. All right. And this one only has one switch out piece. Now, we're going to get to what the switch out is in just a second. It's not even a switch out. It's just like a little add-on piece that they give you, right? So when I looked at the statue, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. And I started like looking at all the pictures and see, all the things I like about the piece, right? Then I got to this one picture I'm going to put up right here. And I swear when I saw it, he just looks like he's in Mid-Carlton. I try to unsee that. All right, so he's cool. He's smashing through the door of the danger room from the looks of it. It's because you could see that part of the base is the X Mansion, and then the other part of the base looks to be like the lower part of the danger room. So it's kind of cool. That means that it ties in very well with, Mystique and then with Rogue. Because Rogue is in the danger room and Mystique is in the X Mansion. So that kind of lines up there. I think that the way he's charging through, he kind of looks like he's like tipping forward, more so than like beating down the door. I think I would have liked to see more of an aggressive stance, like maybe something like where he's pounding on the ground or something like that, that doesn't have him charging through, because I've seen this pose done before. Still, very badass. I do like the way they have the exclusive. The exclusive is Kitty Pryde, and I like that they put her in there. I kind of wish they would have made her as a statue standalone, as that one I've never seen in a quarter scale piece, and I love what they did with her face. I think the portrait on that one is very pretty, so I think that's cool. And I do like that this is a proximity base, but the actual figure of Kitty Pryde can be removed and then attached to the base itself, or like at least laid on top of the base, which I think that's a pretty cool idea. All right, that's a nice little concept. But she's in there and she's kind of reaching out at him, which looks kind of weird. It's like, what are you trying to do there? Like, what you looking for? Maybe she's trying to trip him. I think that's the idea that most people have, that it looks like he's being tripped, and that's part of the whole scene. But it kind of doesn't make sense to me, there, what's going on. Overall, still a cool piece, especially if you do not have a Juggernaut statue. This is I think this is the first time that we're seeing him in such a large scale, right? So this is supposed to be kind of quarter scale. Maquette doesn't really give you, exacting scaling, but because the other pieces are quarter scale, I'm assuming that this is a quarter scale also. So just going to have to wait to see this one at San Diego Comic-Con to be able to see if this is all that they say it is, as he's quite more expensive than I expected him to be. He's more expensive than Thanos on Throne, which is substantial. Thanos on Throne is an extremely beautiful piece, and I don't think that this holds up to that statue to be charging this kind of money. But that's just me, You guys tell me what you guys think. Are you guys going to be buying this Juggernaut statue, or are you guys going to be protesting like some people are and just not buying it at all? And just waiting to see if it will go down in price. I'm interested to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. All right, and then Prime One Studios, not to be undone, came out with not one, not two, but 3 Pennywise portraits for the 1/2 scale statue. And this goes to show you, ladies, you can never have too much head. Oh. I'm going to get in trouble for that one. Wait, but these are pretty dope, though. I saw these at Winter Wonder Festival in person. They're creepy as all hell. The statue itself is dope. I think it's one of the best looking 1/2 scale statues for Pennywise. There's one other one that came out. I think that one looks pretty good also. So they're both awesome pieces. But this is kind of cool that you have the option for these portraits. If you don't want to use the ones that come with the statue, they give you these other options. So you have a serious looking portrait. You have one that they're calling the surprise portrait, which looks like he just got finished eating a kid. So it's all kinds of blood and nastiness all over the place. And then you have my favorite one, which is creepy as shit. With the smiling face and those nasty teeth. I mean, he just looks evil as hell, bro. I don't think I could ever have this in my collection, just because it would freak me the fuck out. But still, it's badass. I mean, I think it's a cool piece. Expensive as shit. I'm not saying that. I'm being for real here. Each one of these portraits is $499, I believe. The full combination set, you can get all 3 together for $1,399. They are proud of those statues. So let's see, just to make confirmation for you guys. So, yes, it looks like I'm correct. $499 per portrait if you wanted to get just one of them. So, I do like that they give you the option for just, if you just want to get one, you don't have to buy all 3. But, yeah, this is quite a pricey little piece. It's still really neat, though. I think it's a nice option, like I said. So I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this one. Again, in the comments, let me know if you have this statue. Are you going to be getting this so that you can have it? Which portrait do you like the best? Let me know in the comments. All right, and lastly, it's time for my favorite piece of this week. And ironically, it's not the biggest statue out there. It's actually quite small. This statue is only 5 inches tall. Very small piece. This is the Miles Morales designer toy by Unruly Industries. And I dig this one a lot. Now, why do I like this piece, right? I think it has some really cool style to it. And it speaks to me of Miles Morales from the movie. And that's what I dig. Now, not to say that I don't like Sideshow's Miles Morales. I think that's a pretty cool piece. It looks very much like the comic book character, right? But I really like what Sony did with the movie. I like that they took and they have them in the shorts with the Air Jordans and then the hoodie and everything. I think it adds a lot of color and it adds some personalization to that Spider-Man, which separates him from all the other Spider-Man. And I dig that. And I think that they captured that really well with this statue. And then not only did they do that, but because in the movie, Miles is into the graffiti and everything, I think that this one also has that appeal to it, that it has that whole graffiti art appeal to it. So I like that. I like how the tie laces are all jagged and just, flying out. He doesn't have his shoes tied like he did in the movie. I like how the hoodie is, flowing behind him the way it is and kind of over his head. So I think that's dope as well. I love the pose. It has a lot of action in it. A lot of it's still kind of museum, but it still has a lot of bent up energy in it. Like it's about to explode out. It's about to jump out at you. So I think that's really cool. And then they also have these other characters with them as well. So there's a couple other ones they released. They also have a Deadpool and they have a Black Panther. Both of them done in the same kind of style as the Miles Morales, and I think that's really, really cool. So I'm digging it, man. I like what they're doing with it. Now, this little guy is $135. I did see where some people think that's a little pricey for a 5-inch tall statue. Have to say I kind of agree a little bit there. But they didn't say exactly what it's made out of. So I don't know if this is going to be a PVC piece or if this is going to be something that's sculpted. I know sometimes, we get surprised and there's a lot more quality in these little small statues than you care to admit. So, I'm interested to see this one in person. I haven't yet pre-ordered yet, but I think I am going to get him. So I definitely want to see him. I know my buddy Richard is definitely getting him. He told me about it. So, if anything, if I don't get it, I'm going to just have to watch his review and just live vicariously through him. So that's going to be pretty cool. But, let me know, guys, what you guys think about Miles Morales. Do you feel like I do? Do you like him? Are you getting him? Let me know. All right, guys, that's it this week. Let me know what you guys think of the list. Was there something that I missed that should have been on the list this week? What was your favorite piece? Let me know in the comments below. All right? Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. If you're new here, hit subscribe. Share this video out with your friends so they can be up to date and notified about all the collecting stuff that's coming out week by week. You can catch all our videos at mcecentral.com. I'm going to be coming back at you with another collecting news episode next week on Wednesday evening. So stay tuned for that. And until next time, keep it marvelous.
Giggity, 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 let's have sex.